How to reverse a string in Python. In this lesson we will learn various techniques of reversing a string in Python. Let's begin with string slicing technique. Here we are defining a function reverse_string_slicing that returns the reversed string supplied to the function as an argument. The argument supplied to the function is s. The function reverses the string using string slicing operation and returns it. Let's test the code first, we will explain it after the test runs. Here, the word mango is the argument being supplied to the function. Another string I love mango is also being passed as an argument here. Let's run the code in a terminal and check the result. Look, our function has reversed the strings perfectly. Now let's see how it is done. Let's consider the string mango. These are the elements of the string. And these are the indexes of the individual elements. We can slice the string element by element. For slicing a string we need to supply the start index, end index, and the step values separated by colon. Here the step value is -1. Negative index values are used for accessing the elements in reverse order, that is, from the end to the start. We have not supplied the start and end indexes. It indicates that we are considering the entire string. Let's see how our code accesses the individual elements of the string one by one and creates the reverse string. This is how we get the reversed string here. Let's move to our next technique that uses the join and reversed built-in functions for reversing a string. Here we are defining a function reverse_string_funcs that takes a string argument and returns the reverse of it. Let's first complete the code and test run it. We will explain it after the test runs. As we can see, we are using both the join and reversed functions in our code. Our code is complete. Let's test the code in the terminal. As we can see, our code is working fine. It has reversed the string perfectly. Now let's analyze the code. Here reversed is a built-in function that returns an iterator that accesses the given sequence in the reverse order. Remember, the reversed function returns an iterator, not the reversed string. That is why we are also using the help of the join function. Join is an inbuilt string function that is used to join elements of a sequence separated by a string. That is, join function joins elements of a sequence and makes it a string. Observe that, here the string used for joining the iterable is a blank string. Now let's move to our third technique of reversing a string. Here we will convert the string to a list, reverse the list using the reverse method and then create a string from the reversed list using the join function. Our new function, reverse_string_list accepts one argument s. Here we are creating a list s1 by converting the string s to a list using the list function. The string reverse method reverses the string s1. Here the join function creates a string by iterating over s1 and separating the characters by an empty string. Thus, we are getting the reversed string. Now let's test the code in the terminal. The result is okay. Now let's print the string s1 before and after reversing it. This is only for showing what is happening internally. We will erase these statements later. This is the list before reversing it. And this is the reversed list. And this string is created by the join function. In our next technique, we won't use any library function. Here we will use a while loop for reversing a string. We may call this do-it-yourself approach. We name the function reverse_string_while. Our function takes one string parameter, s, and it will return the reverse of it. Let me complete the code first and test run it. The code will be explained after the test run. For the time being, just follow me along. Our coding is complete. Let's test the function in the terminal. And yes, it's working fine. During the test run we passed the string Python to the function reverse_string_while. So, the string Python is assigned to s. Initially the variable s1 holds an empty string. The length of the string s1 is assigned to the variable cur_index. We will use this variable for accessing the string elements from the end of the string. In this case len s gives 6 because the string Python has 6 characters. So, len s-1 is 5, which is the index of the last character of the string Python. So, initially, the variable cur_index holds 5. Here the while loop starts. As cur_index, that is 5, is greater than or equal to 0, the control enters into the while loop. Here s5 returns the character n and is added to s1, which is empty. So s1 becomes n. Here the cur_index values is decrement by 1 for accessing the immediate previous character of n. Now cur_index holds 4 and it is greater than or equal to 4, so the control again enters the loop and joins the next character after n from the end. The same statements are repeated until cur_index becomes less than 0. And finally, s1 holds the string notep, which is the reverse of Python. This string is returned by the function. Now we will use a for loop for reversing a string. Let's modify the code. Like the previous example, S1 is an empty string. The variable length holds the length of the string, that is, the number of characters of the string. Now let's write a for loop to access the characters of the string one by one in each iteration. Put the current character just before the characters of the string S1. Our loop will iterate over the string elements for the range 0 to length, that is, from index 0 to the index, length -1. When the loop terminates, S1 holds the reverse string of S. Just return it. Let's test run our code with a string palindrome. It's working. Now let's test with another string, book. The code is working fine. Now let's see how our code is working. Just follow the sketches on the screen. It will help you see the steps visually. Our indexes will start at 0 and finish at 3. And here is the indexes of the string, book. Iteration number 1. Iteration number 2. Iteration number 3. Iteration number 4. So, we get this output. If we want to access the characters from the end of the string, we may modify the loop as shown here. We also need to alter the concatenation order here. It's all done, let's test run the code. And yes, it is working fine. This is all for today's lesson. We have learnt various techniques of reversing a string in Python, as the codes use the string slicing, range function, loops, etc. If you find any difficulty, you may watch the lessons as listed in the description. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe the channel for more such useful lessons. Happy coding. Bye.